joining hands. Y'all don't to help themselves, dog. But when the tax man comes to the door, now the house looking like a rummage sale. It ain't me.
Happy Hump Day, everyone. This is Dottie with today's cruise and travel news update for August 12th, 2020, brought to you by The Snood Factory for all the latest in pooch fashions. Here is today's top story. According to Travel and Leisure magazine, Canadians are reporting U.S. license plates spotted in Canada. A new phenomenon has emerged from America's neighbor to the north as the land border between the United States and Canada remains closed. Concerns Canadian citizens keeping an eye out for U.S. plates. The move comes as most non-essential travel into Canada from the United States has been cut off, but there are exceptions leading to some American license plates across the northern border. Ultimately, that has also led to scrutiny by Canadians as to whether the vehicles are in the country legally or not. However, while many non-essential drivers have been turned away at the borders, the New York Times reported some have gotten through, and 9 tickets were issued in Banff National Park in Alberta in June. To address the situation, John Horgan, the Premier of British Columbia, has a gentle reminder for those legally driving into Canada with American plates who may be worried. With respect to those who have offshore plates and are feeling harassed, I would suggest perhaps public transit. I would also suggest that they get their plates changed. I would suggest they ride a bike. Ouch. Other stories making headlines today. TravelPulse.com is reporting that Costa Cruises is making plans to resume cruises in Europe in September. According to USA Today, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut have removed 5 states from their 14-day quarantine list. And does it come with free movies? TheLonelyPlanet.com is reporting that the last Blockbuster video store will be available for an overnight stay on Airbnb. For the links to these stories and more, visit our website, www.bestAtSeaRadio.com. And that's the Cruise and Travel News Update for today, brought to you by The Snood Factory, www.thesnoodfactory.com for the latest in pooch fashions. Stay safe, everyone.
Coming to you live from the Best at Sea Entertainment Studios in sometimes sunny Central Florida. This is The Big Broadcast with Tom Drake, legendary comedy magician John Ferrantino, the producer Donnie Colassa. I'm BJ Odom, the voice of Best at Sea Radio. And joining us on our program today, Mike Myone, you know, the guy with the pitches. Plus, the Alien Man, Ryan Genoa. Along with It's Your Birthday, Stupid Criminals, Who Got Born and Who Did What. And now here's the guy who believes that Zoom was actually created by aliens, who wants to see us all in little square boxes, Tom Drake.
All right. Well, let's see now. Turn on your own video, Tom. That'd be good. Good idea if people can see me. Well, that's interesting.
Start off with a bang.
Yeah, well, you know, this is the last day for this awful program. Thank you very much. So.
What do you mean?
Well, not this awful program. The awful program you're using on your computer.
Yeah, this awful program I'm using on my computer. Our computers. We're burying the Zoom as of today. Zoom out the door and switching to another company because I need a way to seamlessly get into the opening without clicking and unclicking and doing all kinds of crazy things. But you don't need to know that. Technical stuff is not what you're here for. You're here for fun and funny. 2 hours of fun and funny right here on the big broadcast. I'm Tom Drake, Dottie Kalasa, BJ Odom, legendary comedy magician John Ferrantino. All together, we bring you 2 hours of fun and funny every day. I was just thinking about that because we have an unusual show today. Well, not with Mike. Well, Mike brings unusual. Mike, my own, works hours and hours, days putting together these amazing pictures of idiots, basically. John does stupid criminals, and Mike brings the pictures of stupid things. And then, of course, we have the Alien Man, which is
Alien Man Music.
Alien Man Music, which is a young man who's an entrepreneur who's developing a royalty-free music program. He's a musician, master's degree in music, and he's quite talented, and he'll be on later on in the show. And it's good because we're old people. So we're going to learn about new music, new electronic music, royalty-free music, video game music, and aliens. Are we going to learn about aliens too, I guess? I'm not sure.
I don't know what to expect.
Legal or illegal?
I don't know. No, geez. Don't go there. We've been on the air for 2 minutes. 5 minutes.
It's so weird. Tom's in the lower right-hand corner today. He's always up in the left.
Not here. Here I'm in the upper right-hand corner, and I can fix that. I can probably I can go to gallery view and click on my own picture.
So right my video is all screwed up in my sound before because apparently Skype was running in the background.
Old oh boy, I don't like this big picture. You can see I got a Jack Nicklaus neck all of a sudden. Where the hell did that come from?
It's like Joe Maffa's neck.
I haven't. When I saw Nicklaus at his tournament, I'm like, man, look at that guy's neck. He needs some work done. I have the same neck without the money and all the Masters jackets. I don't get to go. By the way, people ask me why I keep looking that way, like I'm afraid I'm going to be attacked. Well, the way the broadcast studio is set up, tongue in cheek, the producer is that way, so I can actually make sure she hasn't quit. Suddenly, when the chair is empty, I know the party is over. I'm getting rid of that picture. Back to speaker.
I would think if my screen is empty, I'm missing.
Well, that's true, but you can put up the thing that says the producer, and then the heck with it. Oh, tomorrow.
Can we go back a second? What do you say? You watch a golf tournament and you notice Jack Nicholson's neck?
No, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus' neck.
Well, he's 80,
in his interview. In his interview,
old?
I said, "Boy, Jack's got a sagging neck there." And
David Nasser used to do that bit about him and his golf. He goes, the guy's a true pro. He goes, I remember it was a golf tournament. He goes, 50 million on the line. And he goes, and he misses the putt and loses by 1. And he goes,
yeah.
Because any of us would be kicking the clubs, breaking everything over their knees.
He's from Columbus, Ohio. People from that area are different. They're calmer and more respectful. And let me back up. Speaking of backing up, that story that Dottie spoke about with Canada and the Canadians supposedly ratting out the Americans. I want to tell you unequivocally, in other words I can't pronounce, we have a lot of Canadian friends. Am I right, Dottie? Not one of our friends would ever turn me in if I was in Canada illegally.
Maybe Brian.
Yeah.
Brian
Actually,
might.
there's a few people. Perryman would too, I think.
No,
they're on a
Chris wouldn't do
tear.
it.
They're on a tear. Anyway, I ran that because it's nice to know Canada has fake news. Because that was a New York Times article about that and making a big, and that might have been, I think there were, how many people in Canada? 34 million? And 60 people called up and complained they saw American plates. And that made the news. And that's the only reason it's in there. We love Canada. John can sing the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, my little land. We stand on guard. We stand on guard for thee.
And what's great is you have the same delay as if you were in the stadium.
There was a delay on that?
There's still a little bit. Yeah, just a sec. I just wanted to ruin your Wednesday. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Speaking of Canada,
yeah,
I don't know if anyone on this program did, and I went back and forth between programs because it was 5 overtimes. But did anybody watch the Bolts game?
No.
Oh, 5 overtimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
but they won.
Is that an NFL
3-2?
team?
Huh?
No, the Bolts, the Lightning Bolts.
Oh, the Lightning Balls. I don't know anything about sports.
Everybody calls
it for football and hockey.
That's hockey. Yeah, but
that is hockey. The Bolts.
Oh, Tampa
Lightning.
Bay Bolts.
Yeah.
The Lightning.
Yeah.
Did they lose?
You got to be hip. The bolts.
Yeah, that's very hip. I'll go to you for hip lessons. Who won?
The Lightning won. 5 overtimes.
The Bolts.
It went
Well, I'll tell you a story. Years ago, Islanders were in a playoff game. They went 5 overtimes, and I was working at Governor's, and I listened to the entire game on my headset while I performed.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I had a little radio in my pocket and I had a headset, and someone halfway through my show said, "What's with the headset?" And I go, "I'm just playing a tape of like a good audience."
Yeah.
And listened to the whole game. And I kind of gave it away when they scored as I was doing my final bit, and I went, "Yes!"
Yeah.
People looked at me like I was nuts.
There were over 150 shots in goal shots.
That is so good for the rest of the league.
Yeah.
They will be so exhausted.
Yeah. I watched the Yankees beat the Braves. It was good, yeah. 9-4, I think, was the final score.
You just turned Canadian, you go, "It was good, yeah."
I was up late last night, yeah. I went to bed at like 10:30. Wow.
Hey,
Well, I had some changes to make,
what was the score in the Bolt game?
I think it was like
3-2.
3-2. Yeah.
3-2. He didn't know.
Well,
he watched 5 periods, but he didn't remember.
No, I would go back and forth. I watched, AGT. I watched, some news.
Yeah.
I watched some porn. I went back and forth.
Nice.
There you go. Speaking of sports, this Friday, we will have from The Athletic, America's premier digital sports magazine, Mark Cobley will join us. Cavalli. He covers, by the way, I misspelled the alien's name, the alien man's name. I was reprimanded, by the way, reprimanded on my emails right here. I got it wrong. So how do you spell alien? Did I get it wrong? Anyway.
ALEIN, right?
So Mark will join us on Friday to talk all things NFL. Now, he is the beat writer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Woo! But we're going to talk about whether there'll be a season, what it'll be like if they have a season, how long it'll last, and whether Ben's any good. That'll be what I want to know about, whether he's behaved and if he's in shape. Because I bet a lot of guys figure we're not going to have a season, so they haven't been doing anything. So is there even training going on now?
Yeah.
Is there? Okay. Anyway, Mark will join us. And also, John has booked it down the road here, Craig Minervini, the voice of many sports franchises down there in the Miami area, and not by any fault of his own, the brother of Richie Minervini. And
the normal Minervini.
And the normal Minervini. And I understand Craig does a really good Marv Albert impression. So
best.
That's going to be really
good. He beat something like 5,000 people in New York.
Yeah, doing the Marv
We should
Albert.
get them on together.
Yeah.
2 Minervinis.
Well, you know what? I don't think Zoom could have handled it, but the new company, I think, will be okay. So, so what else do I need to tell you? We teased it. We're going to keep teasing it. We're going to keep talking about it. It is a historic event. Mm-hmm. Will take place this Friday on or about 11:30 a.m. The legendary Joke Man, Jackie the Joke Man Martling. No one gave him this challenge. He challenged himself. Jackie wants to find out if he could actually do his jokes on a cruise ship. And who better to decide that than a cruise director? So Jackie will join us, and he will deliver 10 jokes to Dottie. We will not be involved. We will be the audience. Bales and Grief will be here. Silky will be here. We'll all be here. We don't talk. We're an audience. We just sit back and watch this happen. And no way. He'll have 10 jokes. Not one of them.
He'll be doing that act on a lifeboat as they're airlifting him off.
And you know what will happen? By the 5th joke, and Donnie goes, no, he'll say the hell with it and do 5 jokes he couldn't do in the middle of Times Square. So anyway, that's every Friday he'll be here. That's pretty cool.
That's going to be fun.
How about somebody that can commit to going, I'll do 10 jokes every Friday?
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. And by the way, he texted Dottie last night something to listen to, possible jokes. No. The cat was going, you crazy? The cat
apparently Dottie sent everybody's address but mine because she thought I had it. Honest mistake. And Jackie just wrote back the snottiest thing. I told his spooky ass. It's like, thanks, Jackie. I sent it to him.
I figured he had yours. I figured it was just send ours.
Yeah.
He said he's going to charge you now for the autobiography.
Well, Dottie's going to be in the book when it's finished. The book is going to be Jokes I Can Tell on a Cruise Ship, approved by the cruise director. And there'll be 4 of them.
I don't know if I could say this or not. But you know what would be a nice little twist to this?
What?
And I don't know if you want to say something like this, but like we were talking about how you judge it, thumbs up, thumbs down, number system. Maybe it should be what cruise line it would work on. Because we all know there are some cruise lines that you can pretty well do anything you want to. Maybe it should be, okay, this is good for this cruise line. This is good for this cruise line. And this is good on this cruise line.
This is good for John Valentino's catamaran.
So I will say this now, and I'll say it many times between now and Friday. If you are loyal listeners and viewers, and that any material like that might disturb you, I would suggest you bail out at about 11:40 on Friday. Just go, because I am not gonna censor the man. He is a legendary performer who was making a lot of money with another guy on the radio. and I'm not saying no to this guy. So he can come on.
Plus, he's got billions of followers.
Yes, he's got all of whom are probably they're the right age for this program now too, because we're all the same kind of in the same, except Dottie. We're all in the same age group. So anyway, that's pretty exciting.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, Name That Tune returns. And yes, Jimmy, the government worker, if you're watching or listening, I am talking about tomorrow's show today and today's show tomorrow and yesterday's show today. That's all I do. I just talk about stuff that happened, will happen, it could happen, possibly, maybe, I don't know, could happen on Friday, could happen on Saturday, I don't know. Our good friend, Mac Frampton will join us tomorrow. Accomplished concert pianist, arranger, composer. I mean, at the symphonies, you name it, he's done everything. And tomorrow, I got him doing Name That Tune. It is Name That Tune with a male concert pianist, because we've already had the female with Linda. But it's about time for Linda to come back. They'll be cycling through. We still have to get the harmonica and the ukulele out of the way. And then if BJ comes up with a friend the kazoo. We might go with the kazoo. Is that it?
Yes, this is the concert kazoo.
Oh no!
You keep everything right there.
He's ready. He's ready for action.
You never know when we have a last minute.
You never know where show might go down. I might have to do a kazoo concert.
Could be today. Could be tomorrow.
Years ago, we were taking a trip from New York to Florida to go surfing, and we stopped someplace and we bought kazoos for like a quarter. So we were playing Name That Tune in the car.
Yeah.
And we're doing it. And also my friend gets his and he just starts playing for like 5 minutes. And we go, we give up. What is it? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we were playing. I was just jamming.
I just choked on my coffee in Zambuca thinking about if you hadn't been a legendary comedy magician, you would have been a youth coordinator. You really are the game man. Got all the games going. Come on, we're playing volleyball. Also tomorrow, I'm excited about this. He's an old friend of ours, John, longer than us probably, but Dottie and I for a long, long time. The Matador of Magic will join us tomorrow. Joe Devlin, one of the greatest guys, really
nicest person in the world.
And I don't know if he'll wear the jacket. The son of a gun is still like 107 pounds. I don't know how he does it. I know. He eats air. I don't know how he does it. Anyway, Joe will join us tomorrow. And also, this should get a disclaimer too. This is disclaimer week on the big broadcast. Joining us tomorrow, the legendary Jeff Sabrowski. Legendary, and he will actually be playing the role of John Joseph to start out with. John can't be with us tomorrow, so Jeff will be playing the role of John Joseph with a kazoo, I think, is a matter of fact. I have no idea what's going to happen, but don't miss it, because you know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It could some kind of remake of that. And BJ, this guy's funny. I mean, he's just one of those people that's just funny, and tomorrow he'll come on. He won't be funny because it'll be a not funny Thursday. That's what tomorrow will be. Anyway, so that help. I got all that. Almost dragged it right to birthday.
He goes, "How about if you come on and you introduce me, and I just sit there and you don't answer any questions, you just talk, and at the end you go, thank you."
Yeah. Yeah. Tell him to experiment with his own show. I have plenty of airtime. I mean, he can have from 2 to 5 every day. Just let me know. He can have the weekend. He can have 48 hours of the Z. He can call it Z Radio. Zabrowski on the air on the weekends. But now
my favorite Jeff story is we were working together at Governor's, and I said, "You know the story," and I said, "How do you want me to introduce you?" And he goes, "Just introduce me as the worm comedian." So I went up there and said, "The next guy is a worm comedian." And it took him 5 minutes to slither to the stage.
Yeah.
And then he just laid there.
Yeah.
For like another 3 minutes. And then someone said, "Aren't you going to say anything?" And he goes, "Worms don't talk."
So tomorrow, don't miss it. The Polish Andy Kaufman will be with us on the program tomorrow. Back from the dead. The worm
He's
is
listening now. He probably he'll call me in. I'm not going on now.
What? Too much pressure. Come on, Jeff. You can't listen. You can't ruin this show anyway. Come on. Well, I'll give it away. Jeff has called in a couple of times as characters, and he's the biggest. He's the best character of any character. Just be Jeff. He's really funny. I mean, that's seriously so. That covers the week because John Joseph did have to make a schedule change, as did our good friends Baldy and Renetta, who were scheduled today, and they had a family situation come up, and our heart goes out to them and our prayers go out there, and we'll catch up to them next week or the week after. I have to speak to the senior talent coordinator. I really have nothing to do with it anymore. John handles the entertainers and Dottie handles the fish people and the cooking people. And I just pretty much talk about yesterday's show, tomorrow's show, and today's show, and try to drag this sucker right up until birthdays. That's what I'm doing. What else is on my notes here? That's about it. Today happens to be National Julian. Is that it? Fries Day? Julian. How do you say that word? Is it Julian? Julian fries. What is this? What? Thin fries, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, because I'm from the South and I didn't know what those were.
A thin cut.
Yeah.
Is that like you get like at, what was that burger joint? They used to have those little skinny fries. You didn't even know they were really fries.
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. That's it. Steak and Shake fries. Are those Steak and Shake fries?
I
guess.
And here's the thing, John was right there with the answer, because it's the first, we're on the air almost 20 minutes, and you have not offered any good information. You just nailed it. If you
listen,
Julian steak fries, you go to Steak and Shake. And did you buy an air fryer yet, BJ?
No, I have not.
We didn't either.
I made dinner last night in an air fryer.
What did you make?
I made Salisbury steaks. I got those Cubana peppers, cut the end off, stuffed them with feta cheese, put a little plug of tinfoil in there, arranged them in there, and gravy with onions. I didn't make the gravy and onions in the air fryer, but everything else.
Very nice.
I put it on 400 degrees. It was 16 minutes, and everything was perfect.
Now that Chris is back to work, you have to be the...
Yeah, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, I'm cooking.
Isn't a Salisbury steak a hamburger?
Yeah, it's a hamburger, but I tried to make it sound like I was making something nice for dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're having Salisbury steak tonight at my house.
No, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit thicker, and you season a little bit different. And then with the, the gravy with the onions, and it's nice.
I'm hungry.
Those peppers, though, Daddy, that's the thing. Yeah. Those Cubana peppers, the long green ones, cut the end off them, stuff them with feta cheese, put a piece of tinfoil on it, or any kind of cream cheese. My daughter does it with cream cheese. And the peppers, they don't taste at all like peppers. They're just really sweet, delicious.
I wonder if I would still get heartburn, though.
From the peppers?
Yeah.
Speaking of your daughter, what's going on with the very acclaimed English actor Ralph Little, who's on the island of Guadalupe?
He's still shooting. He's still shooting.
Do we need to go there? Is he going to come on the show, or do we all have to?
Well, the problem is he's working every day.
Actors.
So I said to him,
they're long
yeah, he does. I mean, he's so funny. He's so funny. He goes, so the other day I didn't have to shoot until like 10. So he goes, so I had them pick me up for breakfast at 5 and then drive me back. And I go, well, don't you have a car? He goes, yeah, but I just had them pick me up.
Yeah. Listen, it's a special talent to be able to read someone else's words and deliver them and remember them and do it correctly. I mean, look at us. We work hard just to deliver our own words. And that's shaky every now and then. Today is also National Vinyl Record Day. Anybody still have a vinyl record?
My wife kept all of hers, but I was a DJ, so I had crates and crates.
Yeah.
When I go out and do mobile hops.
Yeah.
Then when I those things you take in like 10 crates and they got heavy, but I got rid of, when we moved here, we had a garage sale and I got rid of all my vinyl and now I want to.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. Some of these albums are worth so much money when you see it. My son has a big record collection.
Now DJs go out. Sorry, I walked out. They go out with a MacBook and a couple speakers and charge $1,000.
Yeah, but you got to have a controller.
What do you mean?
That's the thing. It looks like turntables, but there's nothing on the turntable. You can scratch with it. You can like mix beats.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
It's a whole new science now.
No, I'm getting one. That's how we're gonna open the show now. I'm gonna be like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Prince Drake.
Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Can you mix me one?
Today's his birthday, by the way. He's not in he didn't make it. Today's birthdays were weird to try to find anybody even worth talking about, honestly. But it is Sir Mix-a-Lot's birthday, but I didn't figure that. I didn't even know who the hell the guy was. So anyway, it's also National Middle Child Day. Child Day. It's
baby.
Yeah, baby. John?
I don't so we don't have any middle. Oh yeah, I guess my sister Kathy would be. I was thinking about my own kids.
Oh yeah. Is she normal, Kathy?
No.
Okay.
And she's listening now because her son will be on in a while.
Yeah, I know. The alien man. Anyway, I read about this. The middle child struggles sometimes because the number one, the oldest is kind of the alpha, male or female, and the baby is baby, and the middle gets ignored and left alone.
Yeah, my sister was probably the strongest one in the family out of all the kids.
My
sister, the youngest one, and I were afraid of her more than our parents.
I don't normally, we talked about not saying this stuff in there. Did John's volume just go away up to you, BJ?
I didn't notice it.
Just me then. Okay, my ears I clogged. I must have got water in them. And today is Congressional Startup Day.
That's been happening for years. They haven't really started it yet, I don't think.
No, it was perfect. You got it first because it's just laying right out there. I said, "What the hell is that?" It changes every year, the date, because of course it's Congress. They go home, and when they go home, they're supposed to meet with entrepreneurs and business people and help them start their business up. So
call Alien Man Music.
Hey, some of them should be talking to you. Our show here, we're a startup.
Yeah. I want to talk about Congressional Throw Up Day. That's my. So anyway, this is very cool. The new program that we're bringing in tomorrow, the producer will now actually produce. She'll be able to write a banner. Just type it out and put it up on the screen, and it'll say coming up as soon as the idiot plays the music are today's birthdays. Because
let's keep the expectations down low for a week.
Because we're already 5 minutes late.
We'll be sitting here waiting to come on. All of a sudden, we'll be in Matt's show.
Nah, it's much easier to use than this crap. To be honest with you. I still can't see the little monitor, so I do have an issue there. I think this is a 10-incher. I think for my age, I need to go back to the 52-inch screen I had, or like a 70-inch. Like this.
Yeah,
I put my cards up there. I won't miss it. Here we go. Wait for it. Sponsor us.
I'm just calling you. Wish you.
I like this song. A happy birthday.
Grows on you.
Like
and
a
our
fungus.
birthdays today brought to you by the Food Factory. Pamper your pooch with the latest in pooch fashions. Our first birthday wish goes out to a Floridian. Summer Weisberg's birthday is today. Recently moved back to Florida. So welcome back,
poor
Summer.
girl.
Summer Weisberg, happy birthday, Summer. Bob Kulik from The Happenings, happy
I'll be alone
birthday.
each and every
From
night.
McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Judy Nagy. I used to work with her at McKeesport Hospital. From formerly with our NCL Creative Studios, Mindy Johnson, and currently with our studios, Kim Jordan, choreographers and producers for all of our production shows. Guest entertainer Franco Spoto.
Good singer.
His birthday is today.
Good singer.
Shannon Hall, comedian.
Don't know.
And Gary Delana. Happy birthday,
yes.
Gary. All of our birthdays brought to you by the Snood Factory for all of your favorite pooch fashions. And don't forget, facial masks for only $2 each. With your order, you get complimentary facial masks. If not, you can order them for only $2 each. Don't forget Gossip Goat soap with Amanda Shipley. Some wonderful soaps. There you go. Oh, cards. No, we're playing cards.
I was trying to fake soap.
So you can find her on Facebook as well.
And by the way, let me just interject and say the reason I went, oh, you poor girl, not because it's Summer's birthday, because I know the husband.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
And
I
it
threw
is
that
the
in.
Snood Factory, SNOOD.
Not
Snood
Oh.
is like a hat to protect. Ladies used to wear them to protect their heads. You can wear them on your dogs too. www.thesnoodfactory.com.
There you go. And we have commercials. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down.
in trouble on the run. There you find the old and young, twisting the night away. They're twisting, twisting. Everybody's feeling great. They're twisting, twisting, twisting the night away. Let me tell you something.
Jersey version. Come on.
In evening clothes. How we got
better pop that down before he stops dead. Because I'm a quality broadcast engineer. I am. That's our good friend Kenny James. I can listen to that guy all day, all night. Those are the times I wish I was just a music DJ. like BJ was for many years, just cutting in, doing that big voice, saying, "And coming up, we're gonna give $1 million away, payable over 70 years at $2 a week. Be the 50,000th caller, and you can win a car."
I remember the old joke about giving away cars, and maybe you don't know this, but a lot of times when radio stations would give away a car, it would be a 2-year lease.
Oh man!
No, a lot of times, I mean, it was because you have to print out the rules before you.
Yeah.
But whenever you'd win a car, now there was times we actually gave away a car, the whole car.
Yeah.
And most times you have to pay taxes on it. So most people who won it had to sell the car because they couldn't afford the taxes.
Yeah.
On the car.
I won a car once
Yes.
John
at a hockey game, putting a puck through a hole. Pretty cool.
That was $1 million to one shot.
Yeah.
For the people that haven't heard the story, it was such a $1 million to one shot that Lloyd's of London investigated him.
They did.
They seen the act. They saw the act on Comic Strip Live and saw him win. Said, "All right, how did the guy do this?"
No, actually, the announcer went, "Oh my God, that's John Ferrantino. He's a comedian. We've done a lot of work with him at the East Side Comedy Club." So they wanted to make sure that if I had taken one dime for any of the charity stuff we had done, I would have been ineligible. I would have been considered an employee of the Islanders.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
You got to keep it. It was what?
Well, I sold it to my dad, who was already buying a new car, and then I bought my first sailboat with it.
You sold it to your dad? You didn't give it to your dad?
No. Well, yeah, my dad got a good deal. My dad had ordered a car. Listen,
Italian.
My dad ordered a car, and the guy said to me, "If we take the credit and apply it to your dad's car, you won't have to pay the tax on it, and then your dad can gift you." So, of course, he got a good deal.
Yeah.
So it was
What's
good.
the show? Joe was going to give him the money anyway. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Joe's the best.
My wife won a TV from a radio station. Well, not really the radio station, from a car
Was the
dealer.
radio station you were on?
Well, let me explain the story.
Yeah, here we go. It's all rigged. Crooked son of.
It was at a car dealership, and I was doing a live remote. And we hadn't been married that long anyway, so my wife didn't really know kind of like the ins and outs of radio.
Yeah.
And they were giving away this beautiful television set. And so she signs up for it. So we draw live on the air, and she was still a Lippincott then. She wasn't an Odom, so that made it a little bit easier. I reached in there and I drew it out.
You keep it?
And no, well, what it was, then when we did the whole break, just like we would, and then I went to the manager of the car dealership and said, "Hey, this is my girlfriend. I mean, this is my, I'm living with this girl. We can't." He goes, "Take the TV. She won it fair and square. She put her name in the box. She won it." I said, "Man, I can't." But yeah, we finally at the end of the day took the TV, because really it wasn't the radio station giving it away.
Yeah.
It was a car dealership, but I was doing the live broadcast from the car.
Yeah.
The car.
Now,
dealership.
was that one of the reasons to stay with her? Because she had a new TV?
Yeah, I said, "Heck, I ain't leaving her. She got a new TV."
Next week, honey, they're giving away pots and pans. Come to the remote.
He was sticking around until they gave up a new pick-em-up truck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crappy prizes. When you see that on EG, whatever it is, how you win $1 million. It's not $1 million. It's an annuity.
Yeah.
30-year annuity.
That's why you call J.G. Wentworth.
Yeah, I don't. How many people in the country have those annuities where there's 8? You have one?
I have 2 of them.
Oh yeah, but you don't want your money. You want it in an annuity, right? In other words,
I invested in an annuity.
Yeah.
And now, since I'm 60, I'm 65. Oh, God, that hurts. I'm drawing from it.
Yes. And in about a year, your tax rate will double. Anyway, because they're going after all those things, because we need the money, because
The only reason why I went into annuity years ago was because the market was so unstable and you can never lose your initial investment.
Yep, absolutely. I never went into one because of the initial investment. That always slowed me down. Hold on a minute. Let me look. I know I put it around here somewhere. Where's my? Oh, you know what? We're going to Venice for 3 days. I'll get back to you on the initial investment. We're gonna go see George Strait, and we're in Vegas. We'll be there. I'll get back to you on the initial investment. We have Mike, my own, the guy with the pictures, actually in the waiting room.
Wow.
And now Mike is here, but don't say anything, Mike. No, No, Mike, I don't want to hear a word. I have to find it, Mike. Hold on a minute. Right here. Don't go anywhere. Tomorrow it's going to be seamless. Where do you
smooth as wet velvet?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that out loud. I'd wait till tomorrow, but we got a new system.
Remember Adrian Toast, John?
Yeah.
Adrian Toast. What'd she say, Daddy?
I'll have you fighting through silk.
Men are so romantic. He said to me, honey, I'm going to be such a great date. You'll be fighting through silk. Okay, here we go.
And now it's time for our weekly visit with the man who finds mistakes, screw-ups, misspellings, and the mangled tattoos. His name, Mike Mayone, but we call him the man with the pitches. Here's Mike.
The man with the pitches. Also,
well, hi there.
Hey.
What is that behind you?
Oh, it's this old television I got, and it's got this crappy image, and you can every now and then it gets this kind of ghostly thing going on back there. I can't quite figure it out, but we'll sort it out. It's
we thought it was our Zoom.
I don't know.
No, it's this television I got. It's television. It's not working very well. I got it at a garage sale. What do you want? What do you expect?
I don't blame you. I don't know what makes me more jealous, your technical expertise or that red jacket. That's a good look on you, Mike.
Oh, there's that ghostly image I was telling you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's great. He's back. Boy, did I have a bad day. No, that was shop class. That's right. Boy, did I have a bad day.
Well, good morning to you all. Hello, Dottie and BJ and Tom and John. Good to see you all.
How are you?
Nice to
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming by with the pictures. How did your show go on Monday at the Parlor of Mystery?
Yes, at the Parlor of Mystery Facebook page, we had Todd Robbins, and boy, oh boy, is that one interesting dude. He has got so many irons in the fire. He's so talented. What a fantastic magician. And, he had this show. I don't know if you got to see it, John. You might have seen it. It was called Play Dead. It was put together by him and Teller of Penn and Teller.
Right.
And you would love it, John, because it is the best spook show you can ever imagine.
Wow.
If it starts running again, it's definitely something that you want to check out because it was just fantastic.
He used to have a freak show in Coney Island, right?
Yes, that's right, Todd. In fact, we showed a clip of him eating a light bulb, an incandescent light bulb. And it's real. A lot of people look at it and they say, well, that's a trick. No trick. No trick. The man has eaten over 5,000 incandescent light bulbs in his lifetime.
You just
have an ulcer.
Light up on Halloween.
He's very bright.
He's bright.
He's never bright in school, but he's bright now. Oh, is he forever bright? Sorry,
He definitely lights up the show.
I'm tuning in.
Hey, and this week I have the first time I'm going to have a female magician on the show. Her name is Romany. She's going to be chatting with us from England, and she is the diva of magic. So we're looking forward to chatting with her.
How'd you make out in the storm?
You know what? There are people in this neighborhood that just got power back yesterday. It was a whole week. I thought you guys in Florida were going to get it, and it turns out that we had it worse.
It was too hot. Didn't want to stop here. It was the humidity was so bad.
They want to stop here because we're the epicenter.
Yeah. Actually, it was supposed to come by, pick it up, and take it back to you.
It was pretty bad.
Back, you New Yorkers.
I mean, they're still taking trees down across the street. Branches that have fallen down, and the roads are just strewn with branches here and there. We got it pretty bad, actually.
It'll be a long season. We got lucky this time, but
there's another one brewing. Josephine is coming up.
Yeah, I said actually yesterday, my friend Scott Shaw, we need a tropical storm so we can get Tom Terry back on, our chief meteorologist. You don't want to bring him on and just go, the weather's nice. That's kind of boring. We need some catastrophe in the making. And
there you go.
Get Tom Terry back
on. And again, I think he predicted this one right. Remember, he said to us that day, he goes, I don't think it's going to be that bad for us.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, it's we just keep our fingers crossed and it'll all be good. That's what I think.
So when Tom
we were totally unprepared up here.
Were you? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dottie. I jumped. I
No,
talked
that's
on
okay. I just said when Tom Terry tells us to get a generator, we'll get the generator.
Yeah, I saved $700.
Yeah.
I am doing it. I'm 700. Good. Let's go out to dinner.
Let's get a couple of more computers.
Sorry, but
No.
sorry, I can't give the annuity story.
Get some more wire and some more computers.
I don't need wire. I'm wired up. I might need one more computer.
No.
Oh,
No.
for what?
What?
For what?
Your house is starting to look like the Apple Store.
Dottie, the one that Dottie has.
Hey, Matt did it all on one. You can do it on
I'm talking
one.
about how slow your computer is for all the work I'm going to give you.
Oh,
It needs to be faster.
Hmm.
Hey, listen.
Anyway.
Julia Child had an administrative assistant, dearie. Anyway, Mike, what did you bring today? And as always, thank you for your generosity to bring us these my friend Pete. This is all he looks forward to. The guy with pictures.
well, hey, do any of you guys remember Jim McKay
Sure.
and the Wide World of Sports? Okay, so I'm going to do a little intro for my segment.
Let me bust in there because we don't have any time limit today. We're wide open. I have a Jim McKay story. Jim McKay's real name is Jim McManus, and his son Sean McManus is the chairman of CBS Sports right now.
Wow.
And when Jim McKay was Jim McManus and they decided to do ABC Wide World of Sports, the president at the time, I don't think it was Bruno Arledge, the president of the network at that time went to Jim McManus and said, do you mind if we change your name to Jim McKay? And he said, I don't care if you call me Jim Schwartz, as long as you give me the money. Just give me the money. And he became Jim McKay and, went on to be great. No joke, but very interesting. I'm getting like John Ferrantino. I'm channeling,
Okay, well, you may remember his voice then. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition.
Well, we've scanned the globe for the wackier side of sports, and I have a few of them to share with you today.
All right, thank you. And by the way, when ABC comes to sue me, can I call Billy J? Go ahead.
So here's my first one. This is called Street Luge. And this is I guess it's a kind of a risky thing, isn't it? You get a skateboard and you retrofit it some way, find a big hill and a bunch of nutty friends, and you race down to the bottom of the street and try not to get run over by trucks. It looks like fun.
And they do like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. Apparently, they're smart enough to wear leather, so they don't get scratched up too badly.
Yeah,
and they use their shoes, believe it or not, as brakes. Oh man, that is one crazy sport. Now, if that's not your cup of tea, you might like this game. This is called Buzkashi, and it is the national sport of Afghanistan. In case you're interested.
Wow.
And it's an interesting game. It's kind of like polo because you ride a horse, but instead of clobbering a ball, you try to drag a decapitated small animal across the finish line.
So Afghani. That is so Afghani, really. I wonder if they have a national anthem they play before that.
Doesn't that look like fun? Isn't that like not your cup of tea? You might want to try zorbing. And zorbing is, it's like one of those hamster balls, but you go inside and you race someone else in a hamster ball. And I'm not sure, but I think it's the person who vomits the least gets to win.
I was going to say, who cleans up inside the ball?
That's a crazy sport. Now, if you're the lazy athlete, you might like to stay in bed and do some bed racing. Big in England. And apparently you stay in bed, the athlete stays in bed, and his team pushes
the athlete.
Stays in bed, and the rest of his team pushes him. And believe it or not, his bed actually has to be able to float because they have to cross a river as well. And of course, you know, the first one to get there and fall asleep wins, I guess. I don't know.
This is when America was America. You know, on Epstein's Island, they had bed hopping. It was a little bit different than bed raping. Just bed hopping. Sorry.
It sounds like more fun.
Yeah.
Okay. You might, if you feel like you're a little bit more athletic, you might like this game. This one is called shin kicking. That's a shin. SHIN.
Ooh. Look at the crowded. Look at the crowd behind how many people are watching.
Isn't that nutty? So the object here is obviously to beat your opponent into submission and kick the shin out of them.
What's interesting is they all have on white lab coats.
Yeah,
like, why?
What is it? The Butcher's Day Out? Closed. We're gonna kick shins today.
Now, if you just like to, you know, accomplish things instead of like hurting your opponent, you might just like extreme ironing, where Dottie.
It's for Dottie. Dottie.
On a trampoline.
The object of this sport is just to iron a shirt without burning. And
that guy is not young either.
No, he's not. He's not.
Cliff walking.
You see, there's one guy there on the side of a mountain ironing his shirt, and there's another guy doing
on a wakeboard. A
wakeboard, yeah. Yeah.
What a surprise. He's starting to iron a Garth Brooks t-shirt. Damn. This is a good time here, Bubba.
If you're married, you could play this. You could try this sport with your wife. This is called wife carrying. And now see, it's interesting because you have to carry your wife. She has to straddle your head like that, upside down, and she gets this perfect view of your butt.
I wouldn't want to eat beans before that.
No.
No, don't eat too many beans.
And they gotta like walk through mud pits and stuff.
Hey, look at the numbers. The guy had the number 36 on. So there's a 40. There's at least 40 people running with their wives wrapped around their neck for the pure enjoyment of the rest of those mutants.
Well, you know, hey, there's a big prize there. The winner gets his wife's weight in beer.
I'm not saying a word.
So now it makes total sense.
Now it makes sense. Now,
I want light beer.
I'm surprised I don't have to hop with it. No. Hello.
Now, some people like to test their mental acuity as well as their physical acuity. So they go for this in Germany. This is called chess boxing. And the object here is at the beginning of each round, you play chess for 4 minutes. And then once your 4 minutes are up, for 2 minutes, you box your opponent.
No. What is wrong with...
There you go. So, and of course, you know, you either win by checkmating your opponent or
knockout.
Knocking his lights out. Looks like fun, right? Now, I have to tell you, I'm going to end with this next one. This is my favorite. This is called cheese rolling. And apparently what they do here is they take a big wheel of cheese and bring it to the top of a hill, and 100 people race down the hill to see who can get the cheese and carry it over the finish line first. Doesn't that look like fun?
No, not a bit. In fact, it looks like something that happened to me a few years ago. I was drunk at a golf tournament, and it was in a hill in Pennsylvania. I don't know. What are they thinking? People have to get injured. You think?
Oh yeah, they do that. They do that in England, right, Mike?
Yeah.
This is all England and Germany. We don't do that. Well,
and this is a really steep hill. Have you seen this hill backed up? It's crazy. That's why they all fall.
Yeah, look at how many people there are there watching this thing. This is a big sport.
No,
there you go. So that's the wide world of sports. There you go.
Well, that last one was a little cheesy, though.
No, there you go.
There you go. Let me get
That's great.
Just anybody seen Mike on the big screen when I put him up like that, or you saw him on the small screen?
I kept switching back and forth myself.
Trying to make sure when we replay the video that they see that everything on the big screen. But we're switching tomorrow. Everybody's excited about it.
New system?
Old
Yeah.
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Oh, StreamYard. I've heard that's a pretty good program. I've heard.
Yeah.
Don't say it too loud. Other people will start using it. That's why Zoom's no good. Too many people are using it.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, they apparently what I've heard is that they on Zoom they're going to start reducing the bandwidth on it. So if you're streaming out at 1080p, they're going to knock you down to 720.
Yeah, and that's actually
that like 4 something now, right?
And most of it's 720 now. He said they squish it down, like when you're crushing nuts or something. I couldn't come up with an analogy on short notice there.
Yeah, Matt Scheck, who Michael Carbonero's guy, came on and gave us a demonstration yesterday, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's pretty seamless,
In other words, Mike, it means I can use it. It's so easy. I can do it. So
it's Tom proof.
It is Tom proof. It really is a pretty good program. But I'll just mispronounce it from now on. I'll put Yard and Stream. We're using the new company called Yard and Stream. It's wonderful. We go
Field and Stream.
Is
that the old Rodney joke? Hey, this gig was so far out of town, they reviewed my act in Field and Stream.
Yes, local hooker was a virgin. I'll tell you it was small. The town generator was a Sears diehard. Who wouldn't love Rodney? He was the best. Well, Mike, as always, we thank you very much for your time and for all the hours of time that you put into this. We
That's great.
You sharing it with us, and I love the jackets. He's always so well dressed. Come on.
Thank you. That's,
so, Mike, what is this thing behind you? Is this whole thing a backdrop, or is just the TV a backdrop? What is it?
Well, actually, it's a green screen. It's a green screen, and it's just a little video that I made to play on the green screen instead of just a still picture.
Yeah.
So you can do
that whole thing behind you is a green screen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
I'll click it off for a minute so you can get a look at it.
Very cool.
He has big green. He doesn't have the studios that you have. He has
the whole wall, actually.
But yeah, what I will have after this weekend, when I have 3 cameras, I'll be able to.
3 cameras.
I'm gonna put in
So what we need is 3 cameras of Tom.
No, with Yard and Stream, it's really easy.
Field and Stream.
Yard and Stream. All right. It's really easy that you can put them and they're in the background. And you just click them on when you want. So you can switch cameras while you're doing it live, and you can have stationary cameras and just click a button.
Yeah.
With this one, if you're admitted, a box gets taken, and if you're not using it, it's empty.
Right.
So I'm going to have one above me. People will be able to see right down on the board when I'm going, where the hell is it? Which mouse do I use? This mouse, that mouse? Where's the cat? I don't know. Oh, you see that? I was fooling around and I just shut off the cart play, and now I won't be able to do cruise travel news update. Dottie?
What?
No, doesn't matter. Nobody pays attention to me, Mike. They just now let's talk about next Wednesday. Next Wednesday you'll be tied up.
Next Wednesday, I gotta take Dad to the doctor. So we'll figure out what's a good day. Probably Thursday.
You come in anytime you want, Monday through Friday, morning, noon, and night, doesn't matter. We'll even start the show early. We'll come later. It doesn't matter. Whatever. We look forward to this. Really
fantastic. We have next week. We're going to be sharing with you some of the wonderful work that people do when they have but one job to do, and they mess it up just a bit. So
I get accused of that. People, for some reason, think I'm not busy talking and thinking ahead. They think all I'm supposed to do is hit a button or two. So I mess up from time to time.
Oh, hey, there's a lot of John knows. He was on. He did our show, and you got so many things going on at one time. You got overlays coming on. You got videos that you want to run. You got to bring guests in. They do this with the whole
seamless.
team.
You did it seamlessly. I don't want to make Tom feel bad, but you did it seamlessly.
You tell me every day. Every day you say, I was on my show. He's got like 2 iPhones and a computer. But it's 1 hour, and then you can get ready for next week.
Yeah. We spend. Yeah, you got to do this every day. So, I only do once a week.
and the amount of time that goes into the overlays and all the videos and all that prep work. And I do it every morning, 4:00 in the morning. Do I get any respect? None whatsoever. Any thank you?
Okay, Rodney.
You could dinner every day.
It's not easy being me, you know. In high school, I shared a locker with a mop. I'll tell you, it's rough. He was the greatest. Mike, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week. Let me know
We'll talk to you next week. Thanks.
All right,
Great seeing you all, guys. Have a great week.
Have a good week, Mike.
All
All right.
Great
Bye-bye.
stuff.
Sure.
You taking care of it, co-host?
Sure.
All right. We'll see you, Mike. Because I'm gonna
Take care.
I'm getting ready to share the screen. And hello, John.
Hey.
I got John on a big screen here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'll tell you the truth. Nothing's misting. The voice matches the sound. Your hair is this is it. This is the screenshot that I've been looking for the last 3-4
Well,
weeks.
take it then.
For the brochure, I will later. We have 10:59, so really it's 11 o'clock in somewhere in the world. So if I can find the right, BJ goes, don't tell him you're looking for something, just do it. If I can find the right button to make sure the zoom is up, and I go like this, like that, and I hit that button like this, and then I go like that, like that. That's that crap.
Happy Hump Day, everyone. This is Dottie with today's cruise and travel news update for August 12th, 2020, brought to you by The Snood Factory for all the latest in pooch fashions. Here is today's top story. According to Travel and Leisure magazine, Canadians are reporting U.S. license plates spotted in Canada. A new phenomenon has emerged from America's neighbor to the north as the land border between the United States and Canada remains closed. Concerns Canadian citizens keeping an eye out for U.S. plates. The move comes as most non-essential travel into Canada from the United States has been cut off, but there are exceptions leading to some American license plates across the northern border. Ultimately, that has also led to scrutiny by Canadians as to whether the vehicles are in the country legally or not. However, while many non-essential drivers have been turned away at the borders, the New York Times reported some have gotten through, and 9 tickets were issued in Banff National Park in Alberta in June. To address the situation, John Horgan, the Premier of British Columbia, has a gentle reminder for those legally driving into Canada with American plates who may be worried. With respect to those who have offshore plates and are feeling harassed, I would suggest perhaps public transit. I would also suggest that they get their plates changed. I would suggest they ride a bike. Ouch. Other stories making headlines today. TravelPulse.com is reporting that Costa Cruises is making plans to resume cruises in Europe in September. According to USA Today, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut have removed 5 states from their 14-day quarantine list. And does it come with free movies? TheLonelyPlanet.com is reporting that the last Blockbuster video store will be available for an overnight stay on Airbnb. For the links to these stories and more, visit our website, www.bestatsearadio.com. And that's the Cruise and Travel News Update for today, brought to you by The Snood Factory, www.thesnoodfactory.com for the latest in pooch fashions. Stay safe, everyone.
Red and white stripes like a lollipop you picked up off the ground. All eyes on the big top as it reaches for the clouds. I can feel a storm coming, but it's too late to turn around. Whoa, whoa. Spinning from the Ferris wheel intoxicates my mind. Lions pacing back and forth, I'm almost hypnotized. Every time you come around it.
I can play this as long as I want because that's the whole song there. It's not edited down. That's our good friend Danica Ports, and I play almost every day something from
Love that song.
That's a great song.
And I say that every day, but I really do.
And during the break, the alien man came in, and then he left. So I don't know. Hold on a minute. Your mic is potted down, Daddy. There you go. He came in and left. So maybe Mars called.
Or maybe you said that. Did you send him a thing saying 11:30?
I did, yeah. Then he popped in at 11. I said, well, we'll run with it because that's the kind of show we run with. We run with the run show. So if you wanted to come in at 11, we go with it at 11 because this show is like
there we go.
A tumor. That's
it's just, like a Swiss clock.
Well, that might be a stretch.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Like an alien. Look at the microphone. Another guy put me to shame.
Can you guys hear me?
I can
hear you. Great.
You guys, I'm here early because I got bumped twice, and I'm not wearing any of my performance gear. So, like, cover for a second, will you?
You are Ferrantino.
Brian's a brand new father.
Is he?
Has a brand new baby girl.
He's got a whole show here.
Anna Carol. And
there we go.
He's got his red jacket on.
It's Mike Mayo.
And that other guy wore the same jacket, but did he have this? No.
Probably not.
Guys, thanks for having me on. Tom, thanks so much. And as I have a gift for you guys, and you could cash it in at any time, an original composition, any style you want, one revision for free, exclusively licensed to this show, Beats at Sea Radio. Thanks so much. I'm a big fan.
We just renamed it to Beast at Sea Radio. I like it.
Beats, right? Beats?
No, best. Best. But I like Beats.
This is the bar mitzvah thing? Best at sea.
He's not just kidding, right?
Hey guys, I have my cruise ship background here, so I'm at sea with you. Let's have a fun time.
All right. And let us know when we can talk. John, would you like to introduce the alien man? I think you know him.
This is Alien Man Music. This is Brian G. He's a new dad, beautiful baby girl. I was just trying to look for a picture to show real quick. And he is a music teacher. He is an accomplished musician. And this is his new company, Alien Man Music. And it's going to be, I would say duty-free, royalty-free music beds. And if you're a musician, you can add to the tracks. And then he will send it back to you all edited. They have videos that go with the music if you need a video background. And this is his little baby that he's created, and it's going to be huge. And it's all duty free, but eventually it will be.
It's duty free.
I mean, I keep saying duty free. It's royalty free music.
You've been traveling too much outside of the country.
Too much in airports.
And when John and I talked about this, I said I love it because this show. First of all, we're old, and Alien Man Brian is young, so we learn about new music, electronic music. We learn about royalty-free music, and we learn, and that's really I like that part of the show. I really do because
now this is also something that my son and his partners are all doing down at their little building they have.
Yeah.
Look, this Alien Man Music is a one-man operation, so. You know, I'm trying to build an audience here. I need 1,000 subscribers on Instagram by September. So if you could help me do that, that's what my goal is. If it's 5,000, that's great.
We need the same thing. So why don't we both plead together? Please, the trouble I have is I don't have the Instagram set up yet. I'm not really good at social media. I'm not even really good socially anymore.
Tom, you have an Instagram. I've been tagging you all week.
I know, but I'm never on it. I have to get on it. To be young, how many hours do you sleep with a child and a business? And
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. And it's summer, and I do this in my free time. I have no commercial aspirations for this music. It's out there for the world to use. It's out there to get my name out. And in 10 years' time, I'll cash in the Alien Man name. That's what it's all about. If I could give something back in the meantime and some creators could use my music, that's great. If I could collaborate with awesome musicians like I already have in the past 2-3 days, but when I release my music, I'll do that too. It's all welcomed.
Well,
here's Brian's baby before we start.
Ah, cutie.
Oh.
Well, let me know when you want me to run that video. I was actually going to run it before I brought you in, but then I thought maybe I should check with you first. You call it whenever you want because First of all, what kind of compression do you have in that microphone? It sounds really good.
Well, my goal is to sound better than whoever I'm talking to at any given time. I have about $3,000 on my desk right now, and all this stuff has to be put up in 2 laptop bags because it's a shared common creative space that I'm in right now. But I spend a lot of time on my audio. Maybe I could play something live at some point, and you'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Producer of this show, know that any music I played will not get you pulled. It's all stuff that I own, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Got that?
Guys,
People...
Because I've been spanked already by Facebook, and if they spank you 3 times, then they yank you. And I don't want to. I'm kidding.
Brian, does your Instagram page have an alien face on it?
It doesn't. It's alienman_music. It has a picture of these glasses and this face on it.
Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay.
The one that's on the ads that we're doing.
So first of all, I'd like to say that my work is very diverse. I've been producing music since I was in 5th grade, and I have a classical music background. So I'd like to play an orchestral piece for you first, and then we could go back up from there. Is that cool?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you go to soundcloud.com/alienmanmusic, linked on my Instagram, you could download and use this track for whatever you want. It's an orchestral piece. I'll play a little bit of it.
Very nice.
Just lines intertwining. Look, you get the idea. It's really John Williams.
And who was on keyboards? Were you on keyboards there, or a friend of yours on keyboards? Who was that?
Sorry, Tom.
That's right.
Yeah, every single track is recorded by me. So this is all virtual instruments, or known as VSTs, and I spend a lot of time at the computer making them sound real.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Another hip hop bed that you could use if you're a rapper, if you want to make a beat or something over this track, it's called Genghis. It does that over and over and over.
Let me just jump in here. We need something for Jackie on Friday. All right. We need something to bring Jackie on with Jackie Marlin. That's perfect. Now I just have to learn how to teach BJ how to rap. BJ, you're gonna have to go. Can you call?
Maybe we get Shaq to rap one for us.
Just call him for some tips. So your son could rap. Gentry's partner is Shaquille O'Neal in their radio ventures. John knows famous people, and BJ knows famous people, and I know my wife.
I know Alien Man music.
Now I know I'm going to mess this up now because my son is so into this. What you're doing, is it EDM music? Is that what it is, or what is it?
The thing that Creative Commons music as a Creative Commons artist gives me is I'm free to jump into any genre. I grew up playing punk rock music. I learned classical music. I have EDM tracks, like, if you want to call it that. But really, this is production music. This is music that could be taken and reworked however they want under Creative Commons license, as long as you attribute me, Alien Man Music. I'd like to play a piece that features one of my students. He comes in. His name's Isaiah. I won't say his last name for privacy's sake, but he comes in right here. So that was him saying, yeah. He says that a lot in class.
Hey, Tom, maybe you could give him a line and you could get in a song.
Oh, that's great.
But if you're into the more rock stuff, this is up there to download right now.
That would work too.
Now, are you just trying to get your music out, or can it be like, do you have like a service where you pay a fee and then you can use this?
I have no commercial aspirations for this music, except you could go download it right now and use it under the Creative Commons license. There's no in-between person that you have to go to, nothing that you have to pay, just attribute me, and that's a Creative Commons 1.0 license.
Well, I know you're not in it for the commercial aspect, but my son is. because he likes money, I guess. But here's what would give you an idea, but I hate to step on his business, is that they actually have a website also, like radio stations and things like that do commercials. They use, duty-free music.
In 10 years' time, I want my website to look like purpleplanetmusic.com. It's an excellent site that actually inspired me to do this long term.
Okay, yeah, because they have subscribers that are radio stations, and they can download the beds and things like that. And then
In other words, you could make money if you wanted to, because it's really the
pretty diverse, very diverse.
Yeah,
hey,
really,
Brian, do you have something you can do like live so you can show us what it looks like?
Yeah, but
John,
so planned out. It's not. I wasn't going to rush him. He's got.
No. I'm just saying, it's like we did a quick sound check last night, and it's really different when you see it all come together, like how he does it.
Well, I admire you guys because you understand that live streaming is the future, right? And you're doing that, and you're doing this every day. And if you didn't figure it out, would you even exist, right?
No. Well, if there wasn't a pandemic, I would not be sitting here. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of work involved in this, and I had nothing to do. So I thought for a change, I'd do some work, because as a comedian, we don't do a lot. So,
Tom, I've put a comment. I respect that hustle. And as a musician right now, the wedding gigs are dried up. The private gigs are dried up. You got to get your stuff on live stream. You have to do it high quality.
Yep.
So I developed this this show that's going to be monthly on Facebook. And it includes some covers, some live streams, but I want to make it like a rock concert. So what I'll do is a track from that live show.
Okay. By the way, this is another guy showing me up. John, you keep bringing all these people going, technically flying through everything. There you go.
Well, I mean, I remember for Brian, his family, I remember when he was really young in high school with a big Mac setup with a huge screen. And, he had a ska band when he was in high school that were amazing.
Ska band.
He had all people from the band, How many people were in that band, Brian?
I started playing live music in high school in the 9th grade. So we're thinking 2001, 2002. My dad was a great roadie. Shout out to Captain Jeff. And he took us around in the Toyota Prius. No, not Toyota Prius, Privia, the van,
Right.
And made music with my friends. And I did this track to kind of throw back to those early times, where we were just hanging out in each other's houses, making music. Those are really the best times,
Mm-hmm. And it got some airplay in Long Island on the radio stations.
Yeah. Very cool.
9th grade.
All right. So this is, excuse me. This track is called, what is it called? Kick It Off. Kick It Off. Here we go. Let's go! I do the same thing every day, so you think. When you think you know me and you take it a little too far, it kinda gets to me with any emotional scar. With you in my life, I don't think I'll ever get far. You say go, well I'll say no. You say hi, well I'll say low. You think that you know me, but you don't have a clue. The things I say are never gonna get through to you. You say go, well I'll say no. You say hi, well I'll say low. Think that you know me, but you don't have a clue. The things I say are never gonna get through to you.
Well done. Oh my goodness.
Great, man.
Yeah. You have a really nice voice. And now I'm thinking I need to commission you to write we need to write a Jackie opening. Get Jackie the joke. And you're going to try to tell jokes on a cruise ship. Oh, woo, woo, woo. It's like never going to happen. Not to, here's Jackie. Yeah. I can hear him.
How's the sound quality? Ask me about the production of this track.
The quality is excellent. So, everything is, especially the vocals.
So what do you have to do to when you're laying that all down? What does that entail?
Yeah, so for me, I modeled the drummer on this track, which is me playing on the keyboard, making it sound like a drummer, after my friend Bill. And for privacy's sake, I won't use his last name. We'll call him Bill. Bill. And he played drums. Man, he played drums like an octopus, and he had 8 limbs. So I made this track crazy. Stuff that you wouldn't really do in real life unless you're Bill.
Yeah.
So I send Bill the track, and I go, Bill, check this out, man. I recreated our high school track. It's I'm gonna do it on the live stream, man. He goes, Mark played drums on that. I played guitar, and Mark was a tasty drummer. Tasty. He would never have done anything like that. Mark, shout out to you.
What is
his last name?
I can't say his last name for privacy's sake.
You know,
that's how nobody in my family can talk about anything.
I can't.
Lindsay can't talk about anything either, Brian.
Somebody else was on it.
Brian did music for one of Lindsay's shows.
Really?
That you can't download that. I charged them a lot of money for that. It was on Broadway.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Good for you. I like, except for the part about charge a lot of money, because I'm thinking, what's it going to cost for a Jackie Martin? We got to do something for Jackie and win quickly. But we'll do a if he's going to be permanent, if he doesn't get mad and quit on Friday because all 10 jokes failed the test.
Well, Tom, I'm giving you a free gift, and not for nothing, I accept your offer as being resident composer for the show. It's not legally binding, but the email you sent, it was really flattering. Thank you.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, I want you. Listen, we can have weekly concerts. All that really matters is what I think.
Hey, that would be great. It would take some relief off me doing it. But I have seen changes in OBS and the whole thing. So I'll do a live show every once in a while. I'm happy to be on Beats at Sea Radio anytime.
What is OBS?
Beastie Radio is the
I think we need to change the name
the
now.
Beastie Radio. I like it.
Ask Dottie. And Dottie, I heard you're an excellent cruise director, and I'm asking for a refund from my wedding last spring because I went on a cruise ship that was not run by you. So I think Dottie might know what OBS is, but look it
I
up.
don't know that I can give you that refund.
Sure. So now the video.
Yeah.
That music that you created that, and I won't give away with the. Would you say that's kind of video game music? The bed that is.
Yeah. So you mean the instrumental tracks that I created? That's definitely inspired by video game music, 80s sci-fi aesthetic. It's also known as synthwave. I'm not a synthwave artist, but that's something that the kids are listening to nowadays. It's an underground movement of music that's inspired by 80s retro sounds and looks.
Wow. I thought I'd go a mile a minute. My mother used to say that. Slow down, you're going a mile a minute.
Hey, I got to learn from you guys because this is a persona that I invented 20 days ago, and my family's really confused why I'm just acting like this now.
We heard that. We heard from somebody. He's lost his mind.
He's the most mellow person normally. He used to be.
Is that right?
Yes, he's the most normal, mellow person. I like this persona.
Too mellow. You know how hard it is when you create a piece and you drop it on the internet and nobody watches it? Since I put on the glasses and started doing this, 38,000%, my Facebook engagement went up. I'm not joking. That's not a joke.
Oh man, I need a red jacket.
Some glasses. Some glasses real quick.
We're all going for it now.
So I'd love you to play the video, and I made the track last week on Instagram Live. So I do some live streaming on Instagram Live where I'm working on the track, and I have other glasses on, and I'm much more mellow.
All right. I wish I knew how to run it where I could actually see people's faces, but I can't. But this is the last day for this. Tomorrow, if it was on tomorrow, if I was on tomorrow, I could do it better. But let's go. Here we go. Hit that button and hit that button. That button.
Oh, hey, before you hit that button, can I say something about it really quick?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody see anybody?
Yep.
Okay.
I see your screen.
Okay. You don't see me though.
No. Yeah, we see you on the side.
I'll do the rest of the show this way. All right. Well, let me take this till we're ready. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So 50 Seconds In features great saxophonist Mike Baratelli. And he's Italian, so you probably don't know how to spell his name. So look up my page, Alien Man Music, and he's linked to it.
And where did I misspell your name?
You said Brian with a Y. It's with an I.
Oh, man, he spells it wrong.
Yeah, but I got it that way from somebody. I think you said somebody sent it to me because BJ spells it with a Y, and he thought, well, he's normal then, because only normal people have.
Brian, let me ask you a question. So you have somebody playing saxophone, and I saw this video clip, but isn't like saxophone your main instrument, right?
See that right up there? That's a saxophone.
I know, but you're like an amazing saxophone player.
Oh,
that was my main instrument in college, but Michael is a fantastic saxophone player. I think he tours with Yanni now, but it's canceled because COVID.
Really?
Wow.
Wow. All right. All right. Well, let's roll this thing. That's what they say in real television, right?
Yeah.
Let's roll this. Let's roll. First, you got to do this, and then you got to do that. I'm not going to miss this one bit.
Yeah. Tom.
Yeah.
Can we pause? I love that you did this. You played the listening experience of my track, Building Rad Tapes. And what happened was I put this listening experience out, and I put a challenge out for vocalists and instrumentalists to download it and play over it. But you're not playing the part with Mike playing the saxophone on it. But I have that ready to go.
Okay.
So the first 50 seconds when it drops in, if you could do the video that I sent you, that'd be great. Otherwise, I have the audio ready to go. We don't have to cross wires here.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Here's where the drop comes in.
This is the only one I have loaded. Believe me, if I was in Yard and Stream, I could do it.
Here we go. The build is coming up. Mike Baratelli's coming in right here.
So you want me to start it again?
So that's a taste of it.
That's so that now I know what I did, which I wasn't supposed to do. But that original track is what you put out there, and anybody, guitars, sax, flugelhorn, we know a flugelhorn player, they can just take that track and then add it over, and suddenly they're Dave Koz. But what is Koz? Is he a saxophone player? I can't remember. Anyway,
they could win a cactus too. I'll edit them into the video if it's really good too. Mike's in the video on my Instagram. So Alien Man Music on Instagram. You can watch Mike in the video.
If you do it, he gives you a prize. Show him the prize again.
There's the cactus.
Cactus.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
Real.
This is the original. You might not get the same one. Yeah, no, it's Beats. It's not Beats at C Radio. Yeah, well, I don't know what to do about that.
Okay. John didn't warn me about anything. He just said, he's really talented. John's right. And
I didn't warn anyone about this.
That's great. And for me, the passion. A lot of people, Brian with an I has a master's in music, and that's a pretty good career right there. And a professional musician, that's a pretty good career there.
He teaches at high school.
Yeah, that's a pretty good career. But then,
do you still do the band, right? The marching band thing? Have they had that this year?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that for personal reasons.
Right.
Here we go again. Every Ferrantino kid.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
They laugh, Brian, because everything in my family, Lindsay goes, I can't talk about that.
Yeah, not
Ralph
to the,
goes, I can't talk about
not
that.
to the
So that's
paper.
it's the running joke that anyone related to me can't talk about it.
No, I'm a public school teacher on Long Island. I have a great career teaching music production, band. So it's exactly what I want to be doing. But I want, when my students look me up, I want them to see me putting out cool music, doing the stuff that I'm teaching them to do. That's always been a part of my teaching philosophy.
Very impressive. Plus, I very much am impressed with you. We're similar in that you started a business where you don't expect to make any money.
No.
I've been doing that for the last 35 years.
But you exist, you got to get your name out there. Like my wife, she hates that I do all this. It's all portable. I have to break it down every night. This is where she crickets. She cricketed me this hat.
What is cricket?
It's where you iron on designs onto clothing.
Okay.
And she has 10,000 followers on Instagram. So if I could get to 5,000 by September, she'll be thoroughly ticked off. She's been at it for a long time.
Social media is another whole different animal to try to figure out, to get the word out. We're on Facebook and we're on I'm on LinkedIn, and that's a lot of corporate stuff. And I have an Instagram account. Ask me if I've been there. BJ has an Instagram account, and you actually share the things that I produce in Photoshop. You share those, so at least we have that presence. But there's so much.
I do that too.
There's so much to learn about social media.
Brian, an totally unrelated question. Has anyone ever told you look like Kurt Busch, the race car driver?
You don't look like Kurt Busch.
BJ, you don't think?
No.
Oh,
he's younger.
It's the glasses.
He's younger and better looking.
I'm not gonna take the blazer off because it's unprofessional. But I didn't eat lunch for 3 weeks so that I could be in this tank top. Okay.
But his A1C is good right now.
I bet you.
Hey, did you do the video too, or did you produce that video too?
When our school went to remote learning, I had to get some video chops, which I had no desire to do because I have underpowered MacBooks, and video takes a lot of CPU, as you know. I started producing video anyway. I don't care. It's not the most high quality stuff. If you go and check out the videos, it's not high quality, but I'm putting it out there. And that's my challenge to musicians, students. It's put your work out there. Don't wait.
John, if you would, or even Brian, after this is over with, make sure I get his info, because I'd like to, I don't know if you want me to, but I'd like to pass along to my son, because like I said, he's got, they've been at this for probably 5 years now, and it's just now getting to the point where it is lucrative and it's growing, and they're all excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I passed this stuff off to Matt because Matt said he's looking for music for his productions, and I did it to Jet McBride because there's got to be, with 3,000 magicians in his school, someone looking for royalty-free music.
If you're doing an illusion, this song Una Pretty is perfect. It's on my SoundCloud. You could download it now. I'll play a little bit of it.
Brian used to do magic. Yeah.
Now, are you also, do you have a lot of this stuff up on Spotify and iTunes and everything else?
No.
Okay,
it's on SoundCloud for other people to use, and then they could release it even commercially. It's under Creative Commons 1.0. All they have to do is attribute me. They could rework it. They could sample it. They could use it to feature themselves on. It's on SoundCloud. Download it. Even my video actually has screenshots of how to go to SoundCloud and download it. People keep asking me to send it to them. I'm not sending it to you. Go to SoundCloud and download it. Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know how else to explain this. I made a PSA about Alien Man music because I was sick of answering questions, and people are still asking me, what the heck is Alien Man music? I made a 1-minute intro into what this is, and people are still confused about it. So thank you for having me on here, giving me the opportunity to explain what the heck it is I'm doing.
Well, this may be a hard question, and I don't know if you can answer it or not, but what planet are you from?
Long Island. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been so much fun. And this sounds really, I say a lot of stupid things, but this show kind of evolved. And one of the great parts of the show is when we get to bring on people who have these great stories. I tell it all the time. When you're watching CBS Sunday Morning and some guy's on there talking about he invented a corn that regrows or something, and you're watching it going, what the hell am I watching this for?
I was going to go on Ellen, but that's not happening now.
I heard she's toxic. Bring some toxic music and you'll be fine.
She doesn't have a show anymore. She's canceled.
No.
Canceled.
Yeah, they canceled it.
It's official now?
Yeah, it's official. Canceled.
Wow.
All because of the way she treats everyone backstage?
Yeah, they don't like the controversy.
Well, I will tell you this. She made my son sit in the green room the whole time. She wouldn't give him a seat in the audience when Shaq was on there.
Nice.
Really?
She wasn't really mean to him. She didn't. Well, he never even met her, but he just said, well, because Shaq asked, he goes, hey, can my manager go out, and sit in the audience? She goes, no, he's got to stay in the green room.
Brian, it's amazing to me how talented you are. I mean, I know that I'm your uncle, but I've seen this whole creative process from the beginning, and it's amazing. I mean, you play everything. You can sit down and hear one song and just play it. It's incredible to me. And when Chris had her birthday here, it was funny. I had the banjo ukulele there, and Brian goes, "I've never seen one of these." And we were just like going, "Oh my god!" It was amazing. It's amazing. He's an amazing musician.
Hey, he needs to name that tune one week.
Listen, when you get a new tune, obviously anything you want to do, come on, I love it. Come on anytime you want and play some music. And I don't really care if anybody likes it except us. I do have that kind of arrogant attitude sometimes. Why would you get up every day and do something and put on stuff you don't like? So, but he still wants Jeff Zabrowski on, so bring him on. It's okay. We love Jeff. All right, we're going to let you go. We have to do birthdays and commercials like a real radio TV show anytime. I tell you what, it's been an absolute a blast. And John's right. You're very talented.
When do you go back to school?
September.
Oh, okay.
And I love the persona. I really love it. And especially that cell phone. That's a beauty. It's a good looking cell phone right there.
Look, musicians need to lighten up. People need to lighten up a little bit. We all need a little fun in our lives. If you could get along with this thing that I've created and share it out, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an audience to release my music to. It's so hard to do as someone who's doing it on their own. So if you have a sense of humor and you like to collaborate and you understand what I'm doing, then share it, pass it on. Alien Man Music, Instagram and Facebook.
All right. We appreciate it very much. And you have a great day. We're going to go to birthdays. And that's Brian Geno, everybody, the Alien Man. And I'll put the links to his Facebook and Instagram. Everything will be on our site. He has a lot more followers than we do, but we have a different kind of follower. So this is very enjoyable and very, very interesting. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
Thanks, Tom.
Right.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, Dottie, can you do two things at once? We're going to birthdays.
Sure can.
Okay.
I'm just calling, wish you a happy birthday.
And our birthday's brought to you by The Snoot Factory. It's time to pamper your pooch with the latest in pooch fashions. www.thesnootfactory.com. Our first birthday goes out to Summer Weisberg, a very good friend of ours here in Florida. Just recently moved back to Florida, so welcome back, Summer, Cole, and the family. But a very happy birthday. Bob Kulik from The Happenings. Happy birthday, Bob. From McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Judy Nagy. From our creative studios in Tampa, the Norwegian Cruise Line studios, that is, Mindy Johnson, a former choreographer, and also Kim Jordan, one of our producers, doing all the shows for us on our ships. Guest entertainer Franco Spoto, also a very happy birthday, comedian Shannon Hall, and also comedian Gary DeLena. Very happy birthday. All brought to you by The Snoot Factory, www.thesnootfactory.com, for all the latest fashions for your favorite pooch and those fabulous face masks sported by John Ferrantino and BJ Odom. Beautiful. And don't forget,
AETS,
Gossip
yes,
Goat
yes.
Soap, also available. She's on Facebook. She's on Facebook as well with her Gossip Goat Soap. Oh, now I forgot www.thesnoodfactory.com. Look at that.
You still got 25 seconds.
Don't forget Mr. Tablecloth-DI for all the linens and doilies and genie jackets and accessories. Go on her site. She has some wonderful gift ideas for the holidays, and it's never too early.
Well done, Dottie. And now we're gonna take a real short break, like we're supposed to, like a real.
You're really low all of a sudden.
Tomorrow it's gonna be so good.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their story.
And that's our good friend Ian Finkel. Don't ever say Ian. Ian Finkel. And yeah, I put headphones on because I was wearing these awful earbuds things that kept falling out, and I said the heck with it. I don't know about anybody else, but that was a wonderful half hour that we spent with the alien man. A lot of caffeine in that house. A lot of caffeine there. And I'll tell you what, I look at him and I think, that if I had musical talent, I think I would want to be like that. He just wants to give his music to the world. I think that's pretty impressive.
And like I said, it is a persona. It's so.
Well, that's
not him.
Every now and then he broke.
He's the most serious. I mean,
that made it even better. It was really, really. I was not anticipating that. I was like, all right, I want everybody to have a chance to come on and we talk about anything. I think that's a great part of the show. But I'm like, I don't know, man. Alien Man music and the sunglasses, the whole look. That kid's really smart. He's not a kid. What is he, 30?
Yeah. He's a little bit older than that.
I don't know how much this compression unit costs, but now I want one of those.
Oh, tell me about it. Huh?
that compression on his mic was great.
I mean, even as a kid, like I said, he had this massive setup in his room, and he would just be composing music, and
I'll tell you the truth. I mean, these are not expensive headphones, but the earbuds were driving me crazy, and I never liked the way I sound, so I put these on. So you know what that means? I'm going to look for smaller, better headphones. And
Sony professionals, man, they're so comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know if I care. Like, I don't think I want the strap hanging down like you do, but other than that, the look is good. I just don't like the way I sound.
But why are you going to go wireless on the headset? It's one more thing you got to worry about. See, now there's no wire. Look,
I'm just going to keep them behind me. No, that's what I was breaking your chops.
I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah, it was always a strap hanging down. No, I have wireless. It's impossible to use anyway. And they stink. Anyway, it's 11:44. We're just zipping through the day. He was wonderful. Brian. I don't know how I got the Y.
And I was all excited because I spell mine with a Y.
Yeah.
I gave that up. I never tell people that.
And this was the first guest that we've had where Mr. Odom was completely interacting because it's his field.
I understood way too much what he was doing. For my age, I understood way too much.
Business. And by the way, Shannon Hall, happy birthday, Shannon, was always up at Larry's Club in Melbourne.
Now he's booking his own rooms.
Is he? Okay, all right.
Yeah. He told Larry to, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big controversy.
Yeah, we don't do Larry or politics. Larry, I don't.
They're about the same thing. They're both as polarizing.
Larry, we love you. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I got a great room for you, Tommy. Over in my room, I got a great room for you. Where is it? It's underneath the dog track. Okay, I can't wait. All right, here we go. We didn't do this, right? Who did what or who got born? We never got to.
Nope.
We were zipping along.
We didn't do criminals. We didn't do nothing.
No, we'll get criminals in, and it'll be time to go eat. So, oh boy, do I like it better with headphones on. Boy, oh boy. Not that it matters to the 10,000 people. Can you imagine? Yes.
You look more professional.
Yeah. Well, no, this is really a TV show now, so ideally you're not supposed to be wearing these headphones, but it sounds better. But can you imagine? She has 10,000 cricket followers.
I just wear them because it's my brand.
Yeah.
Alien Joe.
Alien John.
I did. I love that kid, man. He was cool. I guess, like you said,
he is the coolest kid. He is the coolest kid.
Let me tell you out there, people listening and viewing, I worry the entire show what people will think, you as the viewers and listeners, and also the people in the show. And it's always fun when I call BJ and I go, what do you think? Oh, great, interesting, enjoyed it, because I'm only here to please them. That's it. That's my real job, is make sure.
You know what's amazing lately? We've had a lot of guests that have these inspirational stories, like young people, like Bill's daughter, him, even, I can never think of her name. I'm sorry. The chef with Julie Childs. Stephanie. I mean, that's like such an uplifting story. It's like you set your goals and you just get it. It's really cool. Yeah. Like you did, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
I have a goal.
Yeah.
My goal is to get Kelly Clarkson's manager. That's my only goal in life now.
His goal is to get out of here by 12 o'clock to make some spam.
And what would he manage before for the Comedy Magic?
I don't know what he managed before, but he gets her and Blake both some of the most cream of the crop gigs ever.
I have not. It's not a goal. It's just a request. I wish that BJ would constantly say, "My son has been doing this 5 years, and it's finally lucrative." I can't wait 5 years for lucrative.
Kind of shoots down your dream.
It's got to be more lucrative.
I've always wanted to open for Dolly Parton. That was always one of my goals that I never got.
You never know.
I just heard that she's so nice to everybody that works with her.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. Her persona seems that way anyway. So.
If you get 100,000 Instagram followers,
you'll get it.
And maybe you can, tag her in it, and maybe someday she'll have you open for her.
I won't give the person's name out, who gave me this piece of advice.
You
but
can't give it out either?
No, but basically,
Are you in my family now?
but basically, he said you can put a bag of crap on the air as long as you get clicks.
I know who told you that.
It doesn't matter about content anymore or quality. It's about clicks. Drag them in any way you can. And unfortunately, I don't know clicks or clacks. And that's the next step in this evolution. We have the product. It's a hell of a show. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm laughing. I'm talking about all these inspirational stories. And I forgot about my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, the legend. Yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, from when she started writing, when she could write, right?
Yeah.
That was it. And Johnny started watching the Jets when he could watch TV. So
yeah.
Hey, can I give my inspirational story?
Yeah.
Sure.
Since we got Jackie the Joke Man, I shared this with Tom earlier.
Oh yeah.
And this is like so cool because I worked in radio, did morning radio forever. And that's back when Howard Stern was in terrestrial radio.
Right.
So I was up against him. And we were in an oldie station, but we were always number one, at least in the top three, where that's where the money is if you're in radio.
Right.
At 35.64. But we were always number 2 or number 3 when it comes to 25.54. Howard was always number 1 in that demo. And I said, all I want to do is beat Howard, just one book. And my program director says, it's never going to happen. Don't worry about it. That's not your demo. You don't need to worry about that. You're doing great. And that's one book, I actually beat him and Jackie.
Yeah. That's because you added that dog. He added that dog in the background.
Yeah. But I was number 1, 25.54.
That's
and
great.
I got a big bonus. I got lots of money and we celebrated. It's all gone, but it was fun.
And then they changed the programming.
Yeah. Well, no, it was all my fault.
No?
Yeah, I had a heart transplant. They got rid of me.
You were riding the wave. Then that's a long.
That's when they were talking about syndicating the BJ and Bill show. I thought, oh man, we're in the money now.
Yeah. Well, but you're alive.
Yeah, it's true.
You got that going. You got that going for you.
There's my inspirational story.
You got that
I'm
going
alive.
for you, which is nice. All right. Well, I don't know if you better go fast because I did receive a couple of emails that people like this and they like the stupid criminals and they really like the birthdays. Anyway, on this day in 1990, Sue was discovered. Sue was the largest and most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I thought you were talking about my wife.
Hello. Thank you. And it happened in South Dakota, and it was named after Sue Hendrickson. She discovered this big bag of bones, and then
it was the one most intact, right?
Yeah, and it got ugly after that because there was a fight over who had the rights to, whether the landowner had the rights or whether this institute had the rights, and then the guy from the institute got arrested, and then they ended up. Sotheby's auctioned it for about $8 million, and Sue, who discovered it, didn't get
just got her name on the donation.
Got her name on a bag of bones.
You're kidding?
No, not a dime, not a dime.
Well, I think that's what those people do. Those anthropologists. I mean, to them, getting your name in the museum for the biggest discovery is like all they want.
Yeah, like Brian. He wanted to get for free. Somebody. Also on this day, the IBM personal computer was released. Remember when IBM had computers?
Yeah.
You want to talk about a management team that screwed the pooch. I mean, they're big again in another area, but they were right at the forefront of PCs, and now they're not.
The story with the mouse, right? With them, they had a meeting, and this is before Apple broke off from them because they were all part of the same team.
Yeah.
And the guy came in with this square box on a wire and said, you can plug this into your computer and you can manipulate around the computer. And they laughed at him. And he said, well, then hell with you. He threw it on the table. And the guy from Apple goes, we'll take that if you don't mind. And they said, go ahead. That's how they got,
they didn't do well. Here's a guy who did pretty well. I don't know if he makes any money. Our phone?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, call from 47. First, I always forget to unplug the phone because people call from time to time and they want us to donate to different things.
It doesn't happen that often.
No, it hasn't happened in quite a while. So
probably your car warranty is up. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Isaac Singer was granted a patent for the sewing machine today, back in 1851. And during a press conference, John Lennon of the Beatles apologized for saying that the Beatles were more popular than who?
God.
Jesus Christ.
Than Jesus, yeah. He said they were more popular than Jesus. And he apologized because he found out what happened to Jesus. And it's like, I don't think I want to end. I'm not going that route. I'll just say the hell with it.
Kind of ended the same way, right?
Yeah, it sure did. Who got born on this day? Cecil B. DeMille. Casey Affleck. Now, when you say the word Casey Affleck, what do you think?
The duck.
Affleck.
Oh, Ben Affleck, his brother.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought, big deal, Ben's brother. But then
he's a very accomplished actor himself.
Beyond, he's better than Ben.
Yeah.
He's absolutely better than Ben. He's received an Academy Award for Best Actor, a Golden Globe, a British version of the Academy Award, the BAFTA, a Screen Actors Guild nomination. He's quite the actor, but all you can think of is Ben with the wife breaking up, with the young girlfriend, with the drinking and the drugs, and poor Casey. You know,
is that your life? Is that your life for his?
Yeah. I bet you that Casey was a middle child. Now that's a long connection from an hour ago. Had I done them in a row, it would have fit.
I want to step back to the Cecily DeMille story.
Yeah,
it's a classic story. He was one. You know, he used to film these huge epics. You know, with like thousands of people. Yeah, thousands of people. And he was the first person, because in those days camera ran on film, and the film was very brittle, so cameras would break down all the time during the shoots. So most people use 3 cameras. He used 6 cameras.
Yeah.
So he brought this big investor to watch him film this big battle scene once. And they go, Captain, and they go, camera 1 ready, sir. He goes, okay. And they goes, we're going to start filming. So they start filming, and all of a sudden camera 1 comes in. Film just broke. Go to 2. 2, film just broke. And he's looking at the guy. He's really cocky. He's going, film 3. God, nope, just broke. And it goes down the whole line. And then all of a sudden he goes, and that's why I use 6 cameras. And the guy on the 6th camera goes, ready when you are, Cecily. It's a true story.
Oh, well, best, he might have been related to me. Maybe related to him. Anyway, also born on this day, Pete Sampras, who was, the Agassi Sampras matches were nothing short of unbelievable. Here's an interesting thing I discovered, though. In November 2010, he reported that many of his trophies and memorabilia had been stolen from a West Los Angeles public storage facility, all right, including his trophy for the first Australian Open, 2 Davis Cups, an Olympic ring, and 6 trophies for finishing top in the year-end rankings.
Wow.
And OJ was seen running from the unit.
Yeah, but who the hell? One of those.
Put that in the storage unit.
Yeah, who would put you to be up on a mantle somewhere in the bedroom? They recovered most of them.
Room.
I guess they recovered most of them. And also born on this day, Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits. Interesting. He's considered the 27th greatest guitarist of all time.
Really?
So then you say to yourself, well, I wonder who's won. And,
Eric Clapton.
Not according to Rolling Stone magazine. I should have put
Really?
it.
I thought Eric Clapton was always considered.
According to Rolling
Jimi
Stone
Hendrix?
magazine.
Hendrix?
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think is 100? Because they chose the top 100 guitarists of all time. Number 1 is Jimi Hendrix. Number 27 is Mark Knopfler. And number 100 is
Eric Clapton?
Lindsey
Graham? Lindsey Buckingham.
Buckingham.
I know him. Dottie and I know him, right? From those cruises.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
We did cruises, huh?
Yeah, they used to do the 50s cruise.
Uh-huh.
What was he with? The band called the Buckinghams.
Lindsey Graham and the Buckley.
It wasn't the band that was on, though.
Oh.
No, it was him.
Well,
Lindsey Buckingham, though, wasn't Fleetwood Mac?
I thought it was Fleetwood Mac.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think we're right. I think we're wrong, Dottie. We're thinking of somebody else.
You're thinking of Paul Revere and the Raiders. Mark Lindsay.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Lindsay, yeah. He's with
Mark Lindsay.
Yeah, Paul Revere and the Raiders.
He's a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah. See, one thing I never question Mr. Odom when it comes to music, because that was his field.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's, plus, man, when you don't take your pill, you're on fire.
Yeah, it was Mark.
Yeah, it was Mark Lindsay.
My sugar's not low. I tell you, it was so funny, that guy talking yesterday about type 2 diabetes. And I've been trying to, same as him, I've been trying to get rid of carbs, trying to lose weight. About the end of the show, man, I could tell, man, I need to get some sugar in me. I'm getting weird here. I don't know if I can make it this last half hour.
So take one for the team. PJ's not taking that pill till after the show. So that's why for the last half hour, he was.
Tom, you don't have that list of guitar players, do you?
Not in front of me, no. Why?
Okay.
How could you answer?
I was just wondering, like Steven Stills was considered a great guitar player. I was just wondering where. I wonder who. You know, I'm gonna have to look that up later to see who's there.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is up in the 5. Clapton, Buddy Guy.
Okay, so this is another little John Ferentino story. So, Eastside Comedy Club and Peter.
By the way, little John Ferentino.
Okay, so Peter Bales made reference to this. The year I stopped touring with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Graham Nash called me and said, "Why aren't you coming to our show?" And I said, "Well, because I'm working at the Eastside Comedy Club." And he goes, "Well, we're at Jones Beach. We're doing one show." I go, "I have 3 shows. Why don't you come see me?" Like as a joke.
Yeah.
So they go, "Where is it?" So I tell them. So the late show starts, and all of a sudden the doorman comes running in. It may have been John Joseph at the time. And went, "Oh my God, 2 tour buses just pulled up." So they all came walking in to Eastside, and they go, "We're on John Ferentino's guest list, right?" Like there's like 30 of them. So Richie's all excited because they're there, you know?
Yeah.
So I go on stage, and Crosby comes walking in, and I had done a roast for David Crosby for his wedding. And so I go, "Oh, I used to be the opening act for Crosby, Stills, and Nash, or any combination of the 3, depending who's in prison that week." I go, "Did you see David Crosby?" I don't say the guy put on a little weight, but the Whales did a benefit to save him, you know. And I'm just going on and on and on. So after the show is over, this guy says to me, "Can I meet with you?" And I go, "Yeah." And I go out to the bus, and he says to me, he goes, "Yeah, listen." He goes, "I love sarcastic comedy. You are my king." He goes, "I'm with William Morris. I don't think I can handle you per se as an act, but boy, I could get you opening act for the rest of your life." And I go, "Yeah, great." And he goes, "Here's my card." He goes, "Do you have a manager?" And I go, "Yeah, Rory Rosegard." And he goes, "I know Rory." He goes, "Have Rory call me on Monday." And he goes, "I manage Stevie Ray Vaughan." So I call Rory at 2:00. And Rory's like, "This guy is so huge, man. This is it." The next day at 3:00 in the afternoon, Rory calls me and goes, "Turn on your TV." I go, "What?" He goes, "It's a cruel world. Your guy just died in a helicopter crash."
Yeah. Oh, man. He was great.
Wow.
He was great.
But it was his manager that I was talking to in the bus who was with him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Just crazy.
You were close. Hey,
it's always.
It could have got worse. You could have got booked as his opening act and been in the helicopter.
But it's just it was just so ironic, you know, like in a matter of 18 hours, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. What is it? Pride and Joy. Baldy does a tremendous version of Pride and Joy from Stevie Ray because they're both Texas people.
Yeah.
It is John. It's 12:01. You have a choice. We can bump Stupid Criminal.
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow. Sure.
Tomorrow. You sure? All right. I don't want to, cut you out. BJ, anything you need to do before we go?
No, not really. Is any country singers in that guitar thing, or is that all rock and roll players? Those was the Rolling Stones.
It was from Rolling Stone magazine, so.
Well, you know what? I should have. Here's what happened. Rolling Stone. Then I went to Wikipedia. I should have printed out from Wikipedia. I'll do that, and we'll talk about it.
Brad Paisley. I would think Brad Paisley, and why did I forget his name? The guy that's married to Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keith Urban.
Yeah, Keith Urban. Two excellent guitar players.
So is Vince Gill.
Yeah, he's good too.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Yeah, it looks like they're all rock.
Yeah, Rolling Stone magazine.
Zappa.
You're looking at him. Is Steven Stills in there?
I didn't see.
He'll deprogram if he's not. That's why I'm
Carlos Santana, Buddy Guy, Neil Young, Rory Gallagher.
Neil Young.
Yeah,
I'm going down.
Back in the day, he was good though. I mean, when
Glenn Campbell at 24.
Yeah,
Old Man, things like that.
Richards.
Yeah, but it's like 2-chord riffs.
Stevie Ray Vaughan at 22. Albert Lee 21. Robert White from the Funk Brothers.
What the
Link
funk?
Rye. Chet Atkins 18.
Chet Atkins 18.
Van Halen 7.
Yeah, there you go. There's a problem right there.
Oh, Chet was great though.
I know, but I'm just saying. It's like
Slash is number 13.
Those are clickbait articles anyway.
Slash. Anytime there's a Super Bowl show, he just appears out of nowhere and just starts playing.
George Harrison number 10. Jeff Black from the Yardbirds, number 9.
For your love.
Hopper from Booker T and the MGs. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin's number 7.
He's pretty good.
Brian May from Queen is number 6. Now, Brian was number 1 on another list I looked at.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton, number 5. B.B. King, 4. Wes Montgomery, 3. Chuck Berry, 2. And Jimi Hendrix, 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
That's Rolling Stone.
Well, you just nailed 10 minutes of tomorrow's show. I'm just kidding.
Somebody else.
So, yeah, no, you're right there. You're on. And tomorrow, the producer will not only be filling us in with information, but will be putting banners up to remind me to do things on time.
Right? We have to do anything. We have to load. You have to send us that because we have to load our backdrops and everything into that program.
If you, like I said, if you want to play with it today, let me know. I'll jump in.
Excuse me. Please, let's get the hell out of here. Take your pill.
Well, I'm not around until about 4:00 because I got to go to put my boat in the water.
Who's on tomorrow's show?
Well, I got a guy meeting me down there to help me. So I got the boat already hooked up to the car on the trailer. I'm ready to roll.
Yes, you won't be playing with Tom today.
Tomorrow, we welcome the Matador Magic.
I forgot we're still on the air. I'm sorry.
This is the conversation we have at about 9:15.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought we were doing. So Jeff doesn't have to learn how to Zoom then for tomorrow.
No, what he has to do though is he's going to get a link and he has to put it in a Google or a Firefox browser, not in an Internet Explorer browser.
Now I'll tell you the email I got yesterday. The one all you had to do is hit the link on the.
That was it.
And everything opened.
Yeah, we will actually, BJ. You and I will play around, and then John, when you're back from important things like putting the boat in the water.
It is important. I got to put a mast up. I need people to help me with it.
I don't care. You can do it. No, listen. We'll do it tonight. We should be a little prepared, but it's going to be great. Doesn't matter. To the people at home, it'll be a little better technically.
Yeah. Tomorrow's day 1. I wouldn't say that out loud.
Yeah, a little high expectations.
I said it out loud. Not the video. It's a 1080p KWR, so I will look even older. I'm so excited about that. So I think I'll be wearing the headphones like this tomorrow. All right, where the hell is Patrick when you need him? You know what happens? My eyes.
My sister just sent me a text and go, "I want to see Brian. I can only listen. How do you get on to watch?" I go, "Click one of the 10 links."
I invited her. She messaged me and I invited her. She should have been able to open it up.
None of the links worked. They all said it was private. But we're just getting to the airport and I have to go back and listen.
None of the links to the social media? I'll look into that.
That's what she said.
I felt Brian's pain.
Is that your younger or older sister?
It's my middle sister.
Middle one. The one that they have problems. I felt Brian's pain when he went on a rant about I did a 1-minute video to tell people what I'm doing, and they still ask me what I'm doing.
I know.
I deserve to have people ask me what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing. But I do have Patrick ready and make sure it's loud enough. And thank you all for being here. Thank you. It was a great day. Wonderful to have Brian on board. Wonderful to have Mike. And how about the callback on the red jacket?
I know.
You know what I mean? There's a genetic influence there somewhere. That was.
He had some funny stuff. He was a music guy.
All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow with our Devlin and with oh my God.
Name that tune.
Jeff Zarowski.
Oh my God.
Name that tune.
Name that tune first with Mac Frampton tomorrow. Then Joe Devlin. Then the brother-in-law from heaven.
We are here. 7 loud and 1 short blast on the seat whistle. And put your head between your legs and kiss your culo
goodbye. See you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the big broadcast from the Best at Sea Entertainment Studios in sunny Central Florida with Tom Drake, legendary comedy magician John Ferrantino, the producer Dottie. Make sure to listen every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Plus, if you missed any of today's big broadcast, download from Podcast Central or today's video after 2 on the World Wide Web at BestAtSeaRadio.com. I'm the voice of Best at Sea Radio, BJ Odom. Till next time, see ya.